Space. The final frontier. Space and video games go hand in hand. While actually going to space requires years of preparation and training, video games let me go to space in the comfort of my own home. In my pajamas. Okay, in my underwear. Okay, maybe I wasn't wearing anything at all. But at the same time, space games can be scary. On the one hand, I could pull this guy out of hyperspace and EVE Online. On the other hand, he might track my IP, find where I live, and shank me in the dead of night. On the one hand, I could try this highly ambitious space simulator. On the other hand... Wait, this game uses real money? You have to buy a ship. Is this even a game? Who made this? Star Citizen is... I think it's a game. It attracts a pretty hardcore audience, an audience that would corner you at a party and tell you about his teraflops and gigaflops on his DDR8 memory. None of that makes sense. It's like what you do in a pool. I do a gigaflop in a pool. Have you seen this build? Ain't nothing but gigaflops in the pool when I'm... Okay. Star Citizen is designed or made or incubated or whatever this is by a guy called Chris Roberts. Now, Roberts is like the space sim guy, right? Like Wing Commander, you know. In the late 90s, the next space sim guy game is announced by Digital Anvil called Freelancer. Freelancer is going to be the next big step in gaming. We're going to have dynamic trading with fluctuating prices. We're going to have AI drive your vessel so you can focus on shooting through the turrets. We're going to have dynamic weather systems on each and every planet. And it's all going to work without the need of a player presence. It's going to work all on its own. Also, it'll release by the end of 2000. 2001. Okay, we're broke. Daddy Microsoft comes in and, you guessed it, buys the company. Because that's what they do. They just buy everything. Microsoft buys everything. If you can't beat them, buy them. After that, features are dropped, ambitions are brought down, and Chris Roberts is now just a creative consultant on the project. But on the bright side, the game is actually being put together, and a few short years later, in 2003, Freelancer hit store shelves. Playing Freelancer in 2003 is as easy as popping the disc in and just running it, but it's 2025, so it's needlessly complicated. Whether you own an original copy or borrowed one from a friend, if you know what I mean, you're going to need some setup. It's not too bad, and these days the process is streamlined through the HD mod pack, which has its own setup wizard. This will rip off the small DRM, which required the disc to be inserted into the machine in order for the game to run, as well as adding some modern features like widescreen support and even its own console with its own commands. Cheat codes, baby, let's go. So, now that we're in, how does this ambitious ongoing universe hold up? Well, there's only one way to find out. Well, the trade system is static, there is no AI to drive your ship, and there is certainly no dynamic weather on the planets. But instead of comparing what could have been to what is, why don't we just look at the final product? Because if you've heard of Freelancer before, you've probably heard some glowing things about it. When you start up a new game, you're greeted with the main campaign, which will take you to about half of all of the available systems along a linear story. While it is quite odd to have a campaign so linear in a game about doing whatever you want, I think the campaign does actually work quite well. The story, while not being the most thought-provoking tale, does have some twists and turns that you may or may not see coming. It starts out as a humble adventure, getting your character, Edison Trent, back on his feet after surviving a freak alien attack on a space station he was at. From there, it's a lot of faction-related politics and, of course, eventually aliens. This all plays out in a series of cutscenes and campaign missions, and in between these, you'll be free to take whatever jobs happen to be around. Over the course of the campaign, you'll also gain and lose reputation with certain factions. This does a great job of letting you sample around the various factions during the campaign, getting you friendly with all sorts of groups, everywhere from space pirates to construction workers, all of which have jobs for you. These jobs range from shooting down fighters to shooting down weapon platforms, but some of the more crazy missions have you shooting down fighters, flying to the next area, and shooting down more. Think about that. The story missions are a little bit more varied, where you fly to a location and shoot stuff down, but while people are talking...
You first, hurry!
Okay, so the mission variety isn't spectacular, but the actual flying is. Super simple, click and hold controls keep the gameplay simple, but effective. There are a couple of different classes of ships, though they are limited to fighters and freighters, so don't get your hopes up too much. To get these ships and load them up with firepower, you need money. Money is everything. You want to level up and get a new ship? Money. You want to bribe a faction to tolerate you? Money. You want to do the next story mission? You guessed it. Money. So while the gameplay is fun, it's not terribly in-depth. You fly the ship to hopefully shoot the enemy down before, well, they shoot you down. There's plenty of weapon types, most of which boil down to shoot slow, hit hard, or shoot fast, hit not quite as hard. So why then does Freelancer stick with players? Why, when you see discussion about Freelancer, is everyone always so positive about the game? Because it rocks. Listen, the gameplay and story are afterthoughts to me. Freelancer is one of the most memorable games I have ever played, and I've been playing it on and off for over a decade at this point. Back before I had a PC for gaming, this was it. This is what I could run. I couldn't run any other games. Freelancer was it. Sitting there on my Windows XP system, just blown away by what this game had to offer. And having played it the past couple of weeks, I got those same feelings. Listen, just listen. You hear that? It's called atmosphere. The gentle hum of the cruise engines, combined with the cosmic lightning in the background. The alien and oppressive purple fog lit only by the occasional lightning strike. One moment, you're in an intense dogfight where you're barely scraping by. The music is blasting and the sounds of weapon fire is just everywhere. Some pilots are communicating, trying to efficiently take down the opposition, while others are desperately trying to shake enemy fire.
I picked up a joker.
And in the next moment, the fighting stops. A side has won, and it's just quiet. You're flying back from a long trade route. You've got a ship full of expensive cargo, and you're about to be richer than you could have ever imagined. That's the only thing on your mind, getting the goods sold, but while you're traveling, things are happening around you. Ships are docking with planets and stations. Police patrols are hailing unknown ships, and cargo freighters just like yours are moving goods just like you. Even though what you're actually doing is mundane, Freelancer still has such a vibrancy to it. Though it may just be smoke and mirrors, there's an unbridled atmosphere to it all. The artwork, the sound design, the easy to pick up controls. No single part of Freelancer is truly what makes the magic. It's everything together. In Liberty Space, things are bustling. Ships are whizzing by, trades are being made, and chatter is everywhere. But towards the outer reaches of the star charts, things are a little different. It could be empty, it could be sketchy, it could be scary, or it could be peaceful. This is what makes Freelancer so great. You feel like you're piloting a spaceship. It feels like things are happening around you, like you're at the far reaches of the known universe, like you're making a shady deal. Freelancer stands as one of the best space games out there, and it's because its space feels like space. It feels like a universe that would function without you being there. The gameplay is simple. The story is mediocre. The mechanics of the game can often feel undercooked, but as a whole package, Freelancer is a shining example of what can be done when all of the components come together to make a greater whole. From nebula clouds to neutron stars, there has never been another game that so easily captures what makes space so fascinating. From portraying cosmic civilization to the ultimate sense of dread being lost in the far reaches of space. Freelancer mixes intrigue, excitement, and even dread into a package we've not seen matched yet. It is 100% a game that should not be missed by any space fan. Thanks for watching my silly video. I don't usually ask for likes, but I can't help but notice nobody's been watching my videos. So, hey, a like, a subscribe, that would be awesome. That'd be pretty cool. You know, that would be pretty nice of you. It's also free, so I'm not even asking for money. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe for more of whatever this is. I'll leave you with a question. Do likes help videos? I don't know. It seems like it does. It should. You'd think so, but I suppose we'll just have to like the video to find out, huh? Anyways, I'm out of here. See ya.